Hi, I'm Nia. I'm 29 years old and happily married right now. This story takes place a couple months before I got married to Ethan, my husband. I can't believe I get to actually call him my husband now. Like every relationship that wants to take a step forward, we wanted to introduce each other to our families. However, a lot of obstacles came in the way, so we were only able to meet each other's parents after we got engaged. Oh, before I tell you about the entire story right away, I feel like I need to give a little background information on my husband and I. Ethan and I met in college. We had moved away from our home states to attend college. We met by chance during a study group. He caught my attention with his warm smile and genuine kindness. We quickly became friends and bonded over late-night chats and shared interests. We supported each other through thick and thin, celebrating victories and consoling each other during challenging times. Ethan's unwavering support and love have always been my rock, making every day brighter. After college, we both managed to find good jobs and move in together. There was a significant difference in our pay, but that never bothered me. Ethan's job didn't pay as well as mine, so we split our expenses based on our incomes. I didn't mind taking care of a little more expense because I loved Ethan and I would do anything for him. In 2020, everything changed for everyone. It was a tough year, and our plans got all messed up. I really wanted to meet Ethan's parents, but we couldn't because of the travel restrictions. Moreover, Ethan lost his job and it was super hard for him to find a new one. He had to work as a COVID volunteer just to make enough money. Luckily, my job was safe so I could support both of us. Ethan felt bad that he couldn't help out as much as he wanted to. But I always told him that we were a team and that our love was more important than money. We faced all the problems together and found ways to be happy. Like any relationship, we had our issues, but the most important thing was we talked to each other. We shared all our worries, fears, and faults with each other. We trusted and understood each other. Going through those tough times made me realize that love is being there for each other, no matter what. It's not about money or things, but about supporting each other emotionally and mentally. And that's what we did. Even when things were hard, our relationship kept growing. We faced all the challenges of 2020 together, and we became even stronger. Over the next years, as the world regained its normal pace, I continued to support Ethan in any way I could. Ethan managed to find another job in his field, and we were back on track with our finances. One major financial obligation he had was helping his mother pay off her mortgage. It was a significant expense, and one day I told him that we were a team and we would get through it together. Back on track with our finances, one major financial obligation he had was helping his mother pay off her mortgage. It was a significant expense, and one day I told him that I would be willing to split it with him.
Babe, I've been thinking about how you're spending a lot of your earnings on paying off your mother's mortgage. I want to help you out with it. How about we split the monthly payments? I'll give you half, and you pay the other half.
No, absolutely not. I really appreciate your offer, but I don't think it's fair for you to be paying my loans. It's my responsibility, not yours.
Think about it. In all the years we've been together, I've never seen you spend money on things you want. All of your money goes into paying off your loan and on other expenses like gas and food. Please, I want you to enjoy life a little.
That's really sweet, baby, but it's okay. You're helping enough. I have everything I need, and I am enjoying my life.
I really don't want you to feel like you have to take care of it. It's not your obligation.
I know it's not my obligation, but I want to do it because I love you.
It's really okay, my love. I don't want you to do any more. Okay, how about this then? I'll help you out for just 3 months. If you're still not comfortable after that, we can go back to your arrangements.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
Nope.
Fine, but only for 3 months.
I doubt it will be for only 3 months. But you know what? We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
During those 3 months, something amazing happened. Ethan changed in the best way possible. He looked happier and he was so full of energy. He looked like he had a big burden lifted off his shoulders. It made me fall in love with him all over again. I loved that all it took was a little help from me for him to feel good again. One day, out of curiosity, I asked Ethan why he was responsible for paying his mother's mortgage.
I've always wondered why you're the one paying your mother's mortgage.
Well, it's kind of a long story, but the short version is that my mom made a deal with me. She agreed to pay for half of my tuition for college, but in return, I had to take responsibility for her mortgage once I graduated.
What? That's crazy. Why did you agree to that?
Honestly, I didn't have much choice at the time. Paying her mortgage seemed like the better option compared to drowning in student loans. I worked hard to save and pay my share of the tuition while she paid for the other half.
I can't believe she made that agreement with you. That's a lot of responsibility for a young person just starting their career.
It was tough, but I thought it was the right thing to do. I wanted to help my mom when I graduated anyways, and I guess I saw it as a way to show my gratitude for her support during my education.
My heart ached for him, but at the same time, I felt an immense gratitude that I was able to alleviate such a heavy burden from his shoulders. The months flew by very quickly. Ethan continued to remain his bubbly self, and I knew I wanted him to continue to be that way. But I had to ask him what he wanted to do about our agreement.
So time to be honest. How did you feel about me helping you pay off your mother's mortgage?
Well, I have to admit, I loved it. It felt crazy, but in a great way. I didn't know how big the burden I carried was until you asked to help me. It's like I experienced life in a completely different way. Is this how financially stable people live? Why has my life been up until now?
So, should we keep the arrangement going?
If you're okay with it, then yes, I would really appreciate it. Babe, you know I always want to see you happy and thriving. Of course I'm okay with it, silly. If you said no, I would have annoyed you into agreeing to continue with it.
Thank you, baby.
Seriously, I'm really grateful for everything you've done for me. I don't know what I would have done without you.
Stop it. You know that I'll always be here for you no matter what.
Another amazing year passed and our relationship continued to thrive. Ethan became the happiest version of himself, and I felt really lucky to have someone like him in my life. In that same year, Ethan surprised me with the most romantic proposal ever. It happened on a beautiful beach at sunset. Ethan got down on one knee. He poured his heart out, asking me to be his partner forever. I was beyond happy, and I said yes without hesitation. Now that we were engaged and could travel, we were excited to introduce each other to our families. Meeting my family went well. They embraced Ethan with open arms. They saw how happy he made me, and so they readily accepted him as part of our family. It made me so happy that my family loved him. I hoped for the same warm welcome from Ethan's family, but of course the universe had something much worse in store for me. When I walked into Ethan's house, I immediately felt like I wasn't welcome. His mom, Bess, barely said hello to me, and it seemed like she only cared about Ethan. Both Ethan and I noticed how strange she was acting, but we decided to see how the night would go. As dinner went on, Bess's meanness grew. She made me feel small by putting down my achievements and treating me poorly. I felt a mix of sadness, confusion, and disbelief. It hurt to see Ethan's mom treating me this way, especially since I had shown their family so much love and support. I couldn't understand why she couldn't see the love Ethan and I shared and how much we cared for each other. Ethan couldn't stand seeing me upset, so he stood up for me and asked his mom why she was treating me like that.
Mom, what's your problem with Nia? Why are you treating her like this?
I just want to see if she's truly worthy of being married to you.
What does that even mean? Nia is an amazing person and she loves me with all her heart. She doesn't need to prove anything to you.
These are the things I expect Nia to do in order to be considered worthy of marrying my son.
Are you serious? This list is 20 pages long, and some tasks are just ridiculous and time-consuming. It would take me God knows how long to complete it.
Well, if you truly love my son, you'll complete the list and earn my approval.
I don't really think that's fair. We've been together for years now. We've gone through so much, but we're still together. I don't think a 20-page list will prove anything. All I'm hearing is that you don't want to make an effort for my son.
That's enough, Mom. Nia doesn't need to earn your approval. She's already earned mine, and that's what matters. If the fact that your own son deeply loves and respects someone isn't enough for you, then I don't know what is.
Ethan grabbed my hand, and together we left his mother's house. He then asked me to wait outside while he went back in to gather our belongings. We drove away and decided to find a motel for us to spend the rest of our journey in. Once we had settled into the motel, I couldn't help but break down. I had felt so petty and unappreciated the entire time we were at his mother's house.
Did I do something that your mother didn't like? Did I somehow offend her? Why did she treat me like that? Why do I even have to prove myself to her?
No, trust me, you did nothing wrong. I don't know why my mother treated you like that, and expected you to do something so stupid. I'm so sorry that I put you through that. I should have known that my mother would do something messed up. She has a track record of ruining all the good things in my life.
You don't have to say sorry for anything. It's not your fault. I don't understand why she would treat me this way. Especially after I've been helping you.
About that?
Wait, does she know about me helping you?
No, not really. I know it's wrong, but hear me out. I don't directly pay off her mortgage. I send her the money to do it. I just knew that if I told her that I had someone helping me out, she would try and ask for more money from me. She would keep making up excuses for why I needed to send her more money. I didn't want it to get to a point where she would demand me to pay for everything she ever did for me. You know?
I never believed in getting back at people. I didn't like hurting people or seeing them suffer. But at that moment, I wanted to destroy Bess. She claimed to love her son so much, yet here she was using him. I wanted to get back at her so bad. I felt bad that the fear of her had made Ethan keep things from me, and that was not going to change. Made Ethan keep things from me, and that was not gonna fly. She humiliated and made fun of me the entire time I was there. I could not ignore that either. I asked Ethan if it would be okay for me to tell his mom that I was the one that was helping him pay her mortgage. He agreed right away, but then a thought hit me. I quickly added up all the money Ethan had given his mom for her mortgage over the past 6 years. I also asked him how much of his college costs his mom had covered. When we compared the numbers, we realized that Ethan had actually paid more than he owed. His mom had been taking advantage of him. It all became clear. Ethan had always wondered how his mom could afford to quit her job and stay home. I was beyond angry at his mother, and so was Ethan. He was tired of how she treated and used him, but he was especially furious about how she treated me. I asked Ethan if he was okay with not paying his mother's mortgage anymore. He agreed without hesitation. He had had enough of her lies and manipulation. So we sat down together and composed a letter addressed to Bess. In the letter, I told Bess the truth. I explained that I had been helping Ethan pay off her mortgage for 1.5 years because I loved him so much. I told her that I was disappointed that she hadn't noticed how much happier her son had become. I reminded her that we live in the 21st century and not in the 18th century, so I had absolutely no need to prove my worth to her. I told her that we also realized that we had paid more than her contributions for Ethan's college tuition. I told her that neither Ethan nor I wanted to see or hear from her ever again. We told her she had hurt and manipulated us for a long time and we weren't going to entertain it. I told Bess that she had to agree to our conditions, or else we would tell everyone about her actions. I also offered to do the tasks on her. Yes, every word of it. Like I told you yesterday, Ethan and I have gone through a lot. And unlike you, I helped him out, never made him feel bad about it. I even helped him help you, even though I thought your agreement with him was ridiculous.
Helped him help you, even though I thought your agreement with him was ridiculous.
I'm so sorry. I never knew.
Why did you need to know that I was helping your son? So you could start using me as well?
No, I would never have done that. I'm so sorry. Please, Ethan, forgive me. I'll pay you back. Save your apologies.
Save your apologies. We're not asking for repayment, but we don't want you in our lives anymore.
I didn't mean... It's too late for apologies. I've had enough of your lies, and I refuse to have someone who doesn't appreciate the woman I love at our wedding. But people will ask where your mother is.
If they do, I'll make sure to tell them that my own mother lied to me and made me struggle for years. On top of that, she tremendously humiliated my wife.
Please don't do that. Please stay out of my life, and I won't say anything about what you did. Goodbye.
We left Bess's place and cut ties with her forever. Our wedding day was a celebration of love and strength, surrounded by loved ones who truly cared for us. We exchanged vows, knowing that our future together was brighter without Bess. And you know what? We're doing great now. Ethan and I support each other and cherish the love and joy we share. We've built a life filled with love, understanding, and respect. We've created a safe place where we can be ourselves without judgment or unnecessary demands. As I reflect on the journey Ethan and I have been through, I can't help but feel a mix of emotions. From the moment I met Ethan's mother and dealt with her unreasonable demands to the day we confronted her with the truth, it's been a wild journey. So to those facing similar challenges, remember this. You deserve love and respect. Don't let anyone, not even family, make you feel unworthy. Surround yourself with people who lift you up and appreciate you for who you are. In the end, your happiness and well-being matter most. Stand up for yourself, embrace your worth, and live a life that brings you joy. You have the power to create your own happily ever after.